Hello everybody, welcome to Salamander Racing. I am Salamander. Most people just call me Sal. I realized there was more time on the ticker there before I said I was going to go live, but I need to get some practice in before this kicks off, so went ahead and started us off early. Got the GT World Series Manufacturers Cup. I ran this earlier in GT2, and that went really well. I ended up winning that race, so have a little bit of confidence. I'm sure the pace that I had in that is not going to be a winning pace in GT1 division, but we will see. Do what we can here, as usual. Live the mantra, try to have a good, clean, solid race, and we'll finish where we finish. Hello. Hello there, blue-eyed monkey. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. We are just doing... Looks like we got 8 minutes before this kicks off, so just getting some practice laps in. I'm doing well. How was your day? Well, feel free to stick around and watch the whole race if you want. In 6 minutes. 6.5 minutes. Messed that up. Hey, I'm in the 219s already. That's where I'm going to need to be for qualifying to not be in last. There we go, a 219.4. Hey Rob, thanks for stopping by. Hoping for a good result. I was explaining earlier I had a win earlier today when I ran in the GT2 division. Now we'll be running in GT1. See where we do. Not gonna be able to hold it. Had to lift. Lost a little time. Whoa! Whoa! Dang it. Alright, let's go straight. Thing just keeps spinning. I think that's what we call a fat finger. Alright, get one more practice lap here. Oh, that's what NTMU means. Got it. I don't know all the acronyms. It took me a while to figure out that TC meant take care. No, I did not. Seems like you didn't either, because you were asking what it was. Right, like whatever I saw Forestier said. Whatever language that is, I don't speak it. I'm guessing it, well, I'm guessing it's Spanish. I know a little Spanish, but not enough to know what you said. Oh, get back on, that's gonna be a pen! Maybe it's not gonna be a pen. That was a bad lap. Alright, I need to be more consistent. Okay. I don't know. I don't care. Good game. By the way. No, not by the way. I don't know what BTY is. But I am now going to concentrate on this race, so sorry I will not be responding to chat very much. But you guys, feel free to talk amongst yourselves. I don't think I know anybody in this lobby. 214 for first. 13th is at least 100 points. Want to be at least a top 10 here. Well, have a good dinner. We be sending it. Now, earlier I got 135 in GT2, so if I want to beat that, I need a top 10. If I get a top 3, I'd be close to 200. I think I've been able to hit 200 a couple of times in the GTWS races, but not very often. Upper 180s is pretty regular for me, or 180, 190, but 200s is a little tougher. Hoping I can knock one out. Need to get out of the pits right away, though, here in qualifying to try to get 2 hot laps. Otherwise, you only end up with 1 hot lap if you start too far back, which unfortunately is going to make everybody bunch up. Nobody's going to, like, fall back. At the end of the pits, I got a whole bunch of people in front of me. Unfortunately, this means you can't lay back on the out lap, or you're not going to be able to do a second hot lap. Although I'm going to have to back off a little bit. Just to give this guy a little bit of space. So you know what? I'm going to let this BMW by. Alright, never mind. The Audi's going to let me by, so... Now I got space between me and 5th up there. Now I got Apex right on me. He ends up having faster pace than me. He's going to want to pass, which in qualifying is going to slow us down. Ah, did not get the bite I wanted there. Oh, botched it. Let these guys by. I just botched it. Just hope I can get a second hot lap. No reason to ruin theirs. I just need to be able to make it to the start-finish line. It's going to be a horrible time, which is why I'm going to need a second one. Thankfully, I'll get a second one. There's a 219.4. 219.4 is the best I've been able to do. And I don't believe it was a low 219.4. So this is going to have to be my best lap yet to try to take pole. There, did that better. Hit those bollards. That slowed me down. Didn't quite hold it. Had to lift. P12 with a 222. This should be way better than the 222. Which I need a whole second just to move up to 11th. Hey Josh, thanks for stopping in. 220.1 moves me up to 7th. Right in the middle of the pack. That's going to get me out of the chicane for the start. You have to be in the top 9 to be past the chicane, so at least we have that. But I'm going to be in traffic, so wish me luck. It looks like this one will have more rain. When the rain hits, we're probably going to have to switch to intermediates. Hey Cornbread, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, that dark blue is headed right for it, so once the rain hits, it's going to be significant rain. And I haven't done a lot of rain practice, so we shall see how this goes. Just need to stay with the pack. Maybe I short pit, get into the pits just before the rain gets there. And maybe some other people get caught out in the rain. I can hope for that. Maybe get some spots from strategy. Well, here we go. Manufacturers Cup World Series, Gran Turismo World Series 2025, round 1 at Spa. Qualified 7th. See how we do. Didn't even see where I'm ranked in this lobby. What's my car number? Here we are in the PHG remastered livery. Number on the side of the car is 16, so I am the lowest ranked person in this lobby. So if I can finish in the top half, that should be an easy DR gain. If I could somehow get a top 5, that should be a more significant DR gain. But really, anything in the top 10 should gain me some DR, given that I'm ranked so low. Alright, be smooth, be clean. That's what we're shooting for. Be starting shortly after I get out of the chicane here. Alright, use the slipstream. Oh man, I was on the brakes hard. Looks like he's on auto drive for some reason. Which is probably why he was braking sooner than normal. I have front end damage. Thankfully that shouldn't do much in this part of the track. And he quit. So free spot and the damage is healed. There we go, we got some slipstream. is going to be tricky. Give me that slipstream. Capitalize on them guys fighting. This Beamer ahead of me is all over the place. I think it's only a matter of time before he makes a more critical mistake. He's lost the rear end a number of times. Just bide my time. Head to lift. Still going to be a little while before that gets here. Ford GT is quick. See if he works with me on the straight. Nope. Whoa, cut that in too soon. All right, he caught me. We're gonna let him go. See if we can use his speed for some slipstream. Tow me along. Still within slipstream range. Get some extra speed. Get away from P7. Wow, that GT just gets out of the corners. Oh, I'd like to have this slip for the long straight. Yeah, he's definitely got pace on me. There we go. Caught up a little bit, so I still have that slipstream. Oh, kept it on. Slightly closer, which means a little bit better slipstream. Staying right at that 7/10 mark. But pulling away from P7, so... Oh, geez. We need to pick next lap. Most likely. Oh, that might cost me. Cost me the slipstream. Well, the rain hasn't started yet. I'm assuming the leaders are going to come in, though. There's the rain. The rain's just going to get harder. Oh, geez, they're not. Okay, I'm going to come in. We had one other guy come in. Some more guys come in. The leaders are staying out. So here's the chance. If it starts raining a little harder, they could get caught out. Then in the catbird seat. I hope. I want to start raining hard. Like now. Turn TCS on. Alright, and P9. Oh yeah, they're going to get caught out. Rain's already well into the need rain tires territory. They're definitely getting caught out. Great. It's going to work perfect. I just need to not mess it up. Yeah, it's almost up to full wet territory. These guys on the racing tires, they got to be having all sorts of issues. Yep, there's the first yellow flag. Yeah, I've caught 5 seconds on the leader just in that last bit. P6. And a number of these guys up here are probably going real. I mean, look at that. It's down to an 11-second lead. It was 25 seconds not that long ago. So me and Andre Sav picked the right strategy. Now it's just a matter of whether we can maintain it. Like it to not get to full wet territory. Then these guys that stayed out that are maybe going to full wets could have an advantage, which we're in full wet territory now. Still 8 seconds up on third. Save it. Here's where it gets tricky, having gone on intermediates. The intermediates can work, but full wets are a little faster. It's going to lighten up here a little bit, and maybe it'll get back down into just regular intermediate territory. Andre Sav knows what he's doing. He's pulling away from me. Tiny caught up to me a bit. Tiny's still catching me. Oh, tell me that's not a pen. Oh man, I need this rain to let up just a little. Don't. Didn't take any damage. Or if he's got wet tires. Maybe not. They weren't able to make that stick. Come on, man, you can't just shove me out of the way. You're going to go to my inside. If you don't make the apex, then you shouldn't be there. Alright, I'm still in P4. Still in P4. Decent gap to P5, although I believe Panama has wet tires. So as long as this stays in full wet conditions, they will be catching me. Although it looks like the rain has lightened up a little bit, which may allow the track to dry out and get back to intermediate conditions. Let him by. Still in P5. Still 4 seconds ahead of Blackbird. I mean, I'm kind of shooting for a top 10 here, so still in P5 is good. Yeah. Kind of looks like full wets might have been the way to go. Yeah, Andre's up to 19 seconds up. So running away with this now. I don't know if these guys up here fight and somebody spins out. That would be good for me. Speaking of spinning out, almost do it myself. Alright, end of this lap and we're halfway there. Now we're going to get some heavier rain again. Not lighter rain. I want lighter rain. All right, back up to 4 seconds. Not second gear. That corner wants to catch me out. Yikes! up to 5 seconds, so we must have had a big bobble there. Panama up to P2. Oh, that corner is so sketchy. Alright, 8 laps to go once we finish this one. Get over there. Tried to put too much speed through Eau Rouge. It's like everybody's getting pretty spread out. Feel that the rear tire is just trying to wag the tail ever so slightly, like I'm right on that limit. Corner to be careful of. And this corner up here, careful coming out. That was bad. I lose time there. Actually, I'm still 7 seconds up, so they must have had an equally difficult time with some of those corners. Alright, now we're starting to get to where the range should let up a bit. That could, I don't know if that's going to allow me to reel anybody in that's ahead, but because it's 12 seconds to tiny. Assuming everybody in the top 4 is on full wets. Alright, don't push it too hard. Track's drying out a little bit, but push too hard and then crash, and then there goes P5. There we go. Finally had a better exit out of there. Or maybe not. Thought I did. Still holding that 7-second gap. It's like a 2:41 is about my best time in the wet here. That last one was also a 2:41. Oh, felt it get loose. Whoa! Oh, there went that big lead. That 7 seconds I had is gone. Now with muddy tires. I mean, I still got 3 seconds. I only lost 4 seconds on that excursion. did not push it. I was trying to get a better exit out of that corner, and it caused a spin. Need to just be smooth. I still have 3 seconds ahead. 5 laps to go. Geez, there's a pack behind us. Problem is now if I lose a spot, I'm losing multiple spots. Them guys behind can fight amongst themselves. Bobble. Didn't cost me any time, thankfully. Yikes, lost a lot of time there. Holy Christ, I was at 3 seconds, now I'm at 2.2. Like, they made up some serious time in that corner. Man, all of a sudden he found some speed and he's catching me. Or no, it was Blackbird that was behind me. So Blackbird has fallen a couple of spots and now these guys are picking up the pace. Wonder if Apex is on wets, or they're just that much faster than me. Down to P6. Maybe a little slipstream, a little help here. Oh, P7's catching me. Little push to pass there. I left you room and you still got into the outside of me. All right, 2 laps to go in P7. Jeez, I got tons of gas left. Don't let AA99 catch me and drop to P8. Got a lap and a half and he's catching me though. That corner. I got one more lap. It just never started to dry out at all. Oh, he just has the grip. Alright, 7 seconds to P9. If I finish in P8, that should be probably a DR wash. Maybe still a DR gain. Maybe somebody tangles up here on the final lap. I can take advantage. Just couldn't hold them off in the rain. I'd be curious to know how many of these guys took wet tires. I have a feeling if I would have taken full wets, I would have finished a lot higher. P8. Hey, that's in the top 10. I was kind of shooting for a top 10. Honestly, all those guys caught up at the end because they were caught out when the rain came, but that's where my pace was. Save the replay. $151 points, that's not bad. I did get a DR gain. I was the last one to get a DR gain. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 DNFs. I'm going to have to watch the replay back, see how many of these guys were on wets at the end. Let's check it out. But I think I will just take that and go. We'll just take that result. Alright, so everybody in front. Full wets. Oh, Andre was on intermediates. Wow. He was doing really good on those intermediates. Wets. Wow, Tiny was on intermediates. Apex on intermediates. Sue's on intermediates. And Double A on okay, so those guys were just faster than me on intermediates. Really, P3. P1 and P3 were on full wets. Everyone else was on intermediates. Alright. Whew. That was a stressful race. Whenever you have a race like that in the rain, you're just... It's not so much about being smooth. You're always fighting against when you're going to spin. And honestly, I might have been able to hold on to that last spot had I not had that off excursion. Might have been able to keep a couple extra spots. Well, there we go. Got that out of the way. Actually, let me check in with Papa. What did he do? How did he finish? Or did he race it? Oh, he was racing one earlier. He's watching a replay now. Did his game crash or something? Oh, that's what happened. He was supposed to be racing, but looks like his lobby crashed, or he disconnected from it, one of the two. That stinks. Which means he has to wait another 50 minutes before he can run the next one. All right. I don't know if I should do anything else. I think that was successful. I think the only other thing I have left to do, although I don't know if I want to grind it, is the time trial. I need to get 1.1 seconds off of this. And I have a half a second off on my other account, so I know I have at least that. I mean, there's only 4 people on my entire friends list that have gold. I mean, I take some pride in trying to get gold on all these time trials, but I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get that one. It's tough. You know, how about this? We'll put in just a couple of laps. Maybe a half dozen or so. If we feel like we're getting somewhere, we'll continue. Otherwise, we'll just call it. This is a fun one. It's really fun to drive. It's just the people that are the fastest in the world are very fast. there's such a wide skill disparity between the top guys and us amateurs. Gonna hit the wall. Or no. That time I hit the wall. Alright, I gotta get used to how floaty this thing is. Get it dialed in. No, too much, too much. Way offline. Got way offline. Let it slow down too much. Lost momentum. Nope, turned in too early. I have to get my mojo back on this one. It's like I gotta figure out where the lines are again, and then I can start trying to knock time off. There we go. Got it on the inside. Should make this a little smoother. Maybe. No. Oh, I thought that was going to be smoother. Trying to carry too much speed. That's always my problem. I come into this going, alright, I have a 28.1. I should be able to get to that and then start to beat it. And instead, I just need to get back to what's an average time. And once I've done that, then build up. But right now I'm trying to full send it right off the bat. Hit the wall. Then hit that wall. That corner right there is like my nemesis. That's the one I just cannot seem to get right. I lose so much speed on. And if I try to carry more speed, it just goes really bad. Slowed down a lot. Nope. Into the wall. God, it's so tough. You're trying to carry so much speed through there, but then you hit that jump and you have no traction. I mean, you're in the air. So it's like, oh, I'm going to hit the wall. I did not want to do that. I hate that the frickin' take a photo button is right next to the menu button. I end up hitting that take a photo all the time when I'm just trying to get into the menu. Get off the wall! Losing so much time. And apparently I touched the wall there. Losing so much time sliding. Too big of slides. Nope. Felt that coming. Almost tied my personal best. Right on it. Feels like it bogs down so bad. Oh man, that was 3/10 up. And I'm gonna hit the wall. Well, it didn't hit the wall, but lost the racing line big time. Went from being 3/10 up to 8/10 down. That's how fast it goes away. And lost lots of time there. Oh, man. Ah. Dang it. Hold on, I got a text. I got to answer. Bear with me. All right. Let's see. Let me load up a ghost. So I want to see if I'm losing time where I think I'm losing time. My nose itches. Alright. I know I have at least a half second better in me because I've done it on my alt account. Whoa, really wide. Lost time there. Normally I can stay with them through this part. It's like this part right here, I lose them, for one. See, it's like either I cut it too short and I hit the fence, or you miss the fence and you just slide into the outside one. like as much as I'm trying to carry speed through there, it seems like if you actually slow down a little bit, lost a bunch of speed there. Got turned 2 sideways. Forgot to downshift. That messed me up. Nope. Wow, pushed it way wide. Got slowed all the way down to the 40s. Well, see there, it kept up with them better. But here's the tricky part. That actually went fairly well. Oh, I turned in too soon. Like just a split second too soon. I was carrying more speed through there than I normally do. Oh, I was having a really good run. There we go. Got it into that corner the way I wanted it. Ah, man, again. Was 3/10 up in the very first sector. Well, that's right, because I didn't just keep going. Here we go. Turn. Man, that lap felt so good, and it was 0.3 slower than my best. And then this one's a disaster. Ah, that one felt like I was doing really well. Hey, Oak. Manu went about what I expected. I finished a P8, which honestly I'm happy with. I didn't know. I mean, I was shooting for a 10th place or better, which I got, so I'm happy with that. I was up in like P3, P4 for a while. Honestly, had I taken full wet tires, my pace would have been better. Like me and most everybody else took intermediates. And I ultimately, at the end, got passed up by some guys who had pace on me. Like in the last 2 laps. And I'm desperately trying to get this dirt time trial to gold, but I don't think I'm going to get there. Did you do Manu? Did you run your slot? And if so, how did it go? Too much slide. Nice. Very nice. Ah, that was ahead of my time too. Yeah, I would say so. P2 in a top split. This is all starting to fall apart. We'll try one more lap. See what happens. Oh, really? I hit the wall there? Dirt races are so difficult because you have to use every inch of the track. Yeah, I ended up running Nissan instead of BMW. But I did okay. Mine had a lot more rain. I ran a GT2 race earlier today, and I won that one easily. I was 14 seconds ahead of second place at one point, and then I dialed it way back at the end just so I didn't screw up, and still finished 10 seconds ahead. But it was totally dry. Never had to get off of the... It did rain a little bit, but you never had to get off of the racing tire. The one that I just ran was very wet. In fact, it was at full wet conditions for at least 2/3 of the race. Most people went to intermediates. There were 2 people that went to wets. Well, no, 3 people that went to wets, and they finished first, third, and last. I have a feeling had I gone to full wets, I could have kept a couple more of those positions that I lost at the end. But it is what it is. I did very little practice in the rain, so not a big surprise. But honestly, P8 was, again, kind of what I was expecting. I'm not making any progress on this this dirt race, so I'm just going to have to accept silver on that one. And honestly, I think that's going to be it. If there's anybody out there who's new, who hasn't hit that like and subscribe button, please consider doing so. I would appreciate it. We come around and do these live streams from time to time, and also run a number of different broadcasts, including my own Joker series, which is coming up not this Saturday, but the next Saturday. We're going to be running the Joker series starting at 2 p.m. on Saturday the 22nd. Definitely come back for that. We have a full broadcast with commentary and all that sort of stuff. It's a really good time. So definitely stop by for that. But until then, everybody, peace out. Be good to one another. Hope your manual races go well. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.